Forget it. That's cool. Now look. Miss Hanson, thank you so much for coming. Hope I haven't kept you waiting too long.
Not at all, Detective.
Smith, please have a seat.
You wouldn't mind telling me what this is all about, would you? Your message didn't say much.
Oh, yeah, I really didn't want to alarm you over the phone.
But it's okay in private? Fine. I'm alarmed. Why am I here?
Well, Miss Hanson, it's about your father.
My father's dead.
Yes, I know, but we just received the autopsy reports.
Autopsy? Why was an autopsy done? The doctor said it was just a heart attack.
I'm aware of that, okay? But when a relatively healthy man winds up dead in a hotel, cops usually want to check it out. Okay, anyway, that's what the Chicago police did before they shipped his body back here. So.
Detective, my father wasn't a young man.
Well, that's true, but he wasn't extremely old either. Let me ask you something. Did you know of your father having any history of heart problems or health problems at all?
Not that I know of, no.
And his doctors didn't know of any either, so see, there's our problem.
Okay, you've lost me. What problem?
Well, it appears that during the autopsy, traces of a heart drug were found. Now, this particular drug is used to stabilize an irregular heartbeat. Problem is that in a healthy person, this could actually cause a heart attack. Now, if your father had no history of heart problems or health problems for that matter, why would this drug be present? Any thoughts?
Absolutely none.
You know, I was really hoping that you could shed some light on this for me.
Sorry, Detective, but I can't.
You and your father didn't get along too well, did you?
You do know who my father was, don't you?
Everyone knows who your father was. Why?
Because it sounds to me like you're trying to create something that isn't there. Maybe generate publicity for yourself along the way?
Is that what it sounds like?
Yes, it does. Do I need my lawyer here?
I'm sorry. Do you need a lawyer here?
Well, I didn't think so until you started with this line of questioning.
What line of questioning? All I asked was if you and your father got along, and you know what? You still haven't answered that question.
We got along fine.
Really? Because your business partners didn't seem to think so.
Detective, my father had definite ideas of how the business should be run. And occasionally, we would have words over those ideas. That's natural in business.
I wouldn't know him, just a cop. But what I do know is that he's gone, and you're the boss.
As it should be. I was next in line, okay? Are we done?
Not quite. You recognize this man?
Yes, Jesse Chambers.
Okay.
He worked for you, didn't he?
Why was,
No.
hold on, freeze. Why was that funny? Because he took out a photograph? Was it somebody you know? Okay, so you found that hysterical. So they're in the middle of a serious dramatic scene. You're cracking up with a prop that he used because you know the guy, huh? And we're supposed to identify with that laugh. Because, you know, again, don't piss me off with stuff like this. Be in the moment, all right? Sorry about that, guys. First of all, that's not an area where laughing should come. What it does is it's extremely disrespectful for the actors, okay? It just happens that she knows that guy, right? Okay, and I guess that guy is a stand-up comedian. Go ahead, continue. Now, do me a favor, freeze. Let me talk about the scene a moment, other than the piano background in there. It's driving me to drink. All of a sudden. Scott, am I right?
Yeah.
Did I tell you that was gonna happen?
Yeah.
Sure enough. All right, let's talk about some things that hold your attention as an actor in a scene, okay? What will have you focus in on a scene? What does a scene need? If you fall into a state of, what can I say, Johnny One Note, where it's very nice and conversational, etc., maybe there's a chance you could get away with that on camera, with a hidden mic and a boom over your head. But when you're dealing with flesh and blood audience, you gotta bring some heat, some stage energy. Otherwise, you're gonna lose us. There was something very, again, I'm gonna use this word you've heard me say before, something very civil about this read. but it needs more than civil. It needs color, etc. Now, there are times you could either get a little pissed at her, you could get angry at him. You know, don't forget, you've taken over your father's corporation. You're a strong woman. He thinks you might have had something to do with the murder of your father, right? Okay. Now, there are things he may say to you, Tiffany, that's going to rile you to some degree. Don't be afraid to show us. Let's see that color. Because right now, it's on kind of just simple kind of level, you know? In the beginning, if you want to try to be nice, hope I haven't kept you waiting too long, whatever, right? It's okay to extend yourself more. But when she starts to get a little hard-nosed, you hit her back with that same kind of response is extremely important, guys. Listen and respond to what you're hearing. If she's being arrogant, don't let her get away with it. You're a tough cop, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's take it back a few lines. Hopefully we won't have any background music or any giggles. Okay.
Tell me about the company.
Say it again.
Do you want us just to start over, or do you want us just to go back to your line?
Take it where he goes to the photograph. Just take it from there.
Let me ask you something. Do you recognize this man?
Yes, it's Joseph Chambers.
He worked for you, didn't he?
No, he worked for the company, and so my father fired him.
When?
About a year and a half ago, I guess.
So when was the last time you seen him?
I assume around the same time that he was fired.
Do you know where he is now?
No, and I really don't care.
Well, let me fill you in, okay? He's in a jail cell downstairs. The chambermaid at the hotel in Chicago thought she saw him coming out of your father's room the night before he went missing. Okay? So, totally spaced out.
All right.
Thought he saw him at your father's hotel. Thought he saw him coming out of your father's room.
Chambermaid at the hotel where your father was staying
Yes.
thought she saw him come out of your father's room. Now, when your father turned up dead, they dusted that room for fingerprints. Chambers' fingerprints were on the doorknob. He was arrested an hour ago in his room, and you know what they found in that apartment, right? Go ahead, hit it with that.
The chambermaid at the hotel in Chicago thought he saw him coming out of your father's room. Now, when your father turned up dead, they dusted the room for fingerprints, and Chambers were on the doorknob. That's right. He was picked up here a few hours ago. Now, do you know what we found at his apartment?
Let me guess. Heart medication.
Bingo.
Well, congratulations, Detective. It looks like you've cracked the case.
You know, you really don't seem too broken up by this whole thing.
You were right about one thing, Detective. My father and I were not the best of friends. Then again, he wasn't friends with many people. He used to say he wouldn't be surprised if one day he were killed by a business associate, a competitor, or even an ex-wife. He had 5 of them, you know. So I'm really not surprised at how his life ended.
Let me get this straight. You're trying to tell me you haven't seen Chambers in over a year.
I told you that I haven't. Are you implying that I had something to do with
No,
this?
let me put it this way, okay? You had the most to gain.
You're deluded. Not to mention treading dangerously close to libel. You have Chambers in custody. What the hell more do you want?
The one who's responsible for this. Because I have more than a hunch that it wasn't Chambers, okay? Take a look at this. You see this highlighted number? Someone called Chambers from your office the night before your father went to Chicago.
Correction. Someone called Chambers from the switchboard. There were 1,500 people working in that building, and any of which who could have stayed late and made that call. Now, do you have anything else for me, Detective? I didn't think so. Good evening.
You're pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
Not really. I just know what I did and didn't do. Also, if my father taught me anything, it was not to be intimidated by people who are beneath me and not half as smart as I am.
Really? Well, you know, smart people make mistakes, too.
Not in my case, Detective. Anyway, you want to take a shot at me? Fine. Go ahead. But when you miss, yeah, and you will, you're going to fall, and fall hard.
Miss Hanson, when I take a shot, I never miss. And if I choose to come after you, you'll be the one falling, I guarantee it.
Do you need anything else, Detective? Call my attorney.
You had this already for me, didn't you?
I'm always ready.
see. You can go.
I know.
Okay, let's talk.